Right, I thought I'd do another one as I'm kind of chilling out in my hotel room. Um, yeah, a really nice day's walking today actually. Walked up to the Mumbles and back, and it's just like looking at the thing. Yeah, obviously, it's going to be more than the mileage that I say it's going to be, because this is what always happens. I ended up doing about 13 miles today. Um, but that's all right. I'm used to that. So and it was a very nice walk. I was expecting rain. There really was no rain, so that was actually very nice. So yeah, nice walk along the beach, a nice sandy beach. Went to Mumbles, and I had a really lovely vegan fish and chips. Obviously, it wasn't fish because that's not vegan. Well, the fish might be, but me eating it, yeah. Anyway, so it was tofu. I've had halloumi before, which has been very, very nice. Actually, literally just around the corner from me in Worthing. And so today, yeah, I had tofu and, well, it was actually obviously it's kind of tofu fritters, battered tofu or whatever, and chips, really lovely chips. Another pint of shipwreck, which is local Welsh ale, which is very nice. It's more kind of an IPA actually. Um, and then I walked back. Actually, no, I walked along the pier. Um, First of all, really lovely walk along the pier, and walk back, and it's just like sort of looking at sort of thinking, oh my god, it's supposed to be raining today. Hardly saw any rain at all. Saw some nice rainbows. Um, kind of when I was actually on the pier, when I was walking back over Swansea. Um, So that was nice. So really, it's still kind of Christmas because it's Boxing Day. It is 9:46 p.m. I've been watching. It's quite funny actually, because no music. Well, actually, no. There was a kind of, was it a Deep Purple concert? I didn't really fancy just watching one band. This has been me. Even like the old days when I used to go to lots of gigs and whatever. I used to love, you know, um, going along. It's more kind of a social thing, I think, because I really preferred going to a club and just like sitting, chatting when something I like come on, going up to dance maybe. I actually preferred that than actually seeing live bands sometimes. Um, Unless it was a covers band. I know that sounds really sad. I mean, I did enjoy it. It's the same as a social event. I did like a lot of music and stuff, but I would be getting a bit fidgety after a while. Yeah, obviously, I've not been to a gig. The last gig I went to actually, it's probably about 5 years ago. Probably the Mission actually. Could have been the Mission, which was great. We all kind of decided that Wayne Hussey, who we used to all take the piss out of back in the day, kind of back in kind of the 80s, 90s, whatever. He's aged bloody well actually, better than the rest of them, and his voice is still going strong. So hey, go that way. Oh my god, yeah, I remember went to an after show thing in Brixton, and he was DJing. He was like DJing at this after show, and it's like, oh my god, there's Wayne right in front of me, and it's. I don't think I even took a photo. It's just like, this is surreal, It's just like, yeah, it looks like Wayne Hussey because it is Wayne Hussey, and anyway. It's sort of thing I don't get excited over really very much anymore. Even 5 years ago, I don't know. That was more like 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, that was the 10 year ago because there was a 25-year anniversary thing, the 30-year anniversary thing. But anyway, so what was I talking about again? This is the thing, I do kind of interrupt myself. My mind just goes all over the place sometimes. Yeah, so I came back from a walk, had a nice bath, and just been chilling again. I've caught up with my correspondence now, so I'm really pleased about that. Everyone has got a response. And this won't go up until tomorrow because I've got to sort of look in my. Because I write them all down. This is the thing, I do kind of write them all down. so I know, before I actually put them up. Yeah, it's the way when my mind works. I like lists and spreadsheets and pivot tables and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, Christmas anyway. It's still Christmas, and there are. Someone pointed out today there are 364 days left till Christmas. It's like, why do people work that? Oh, anyway, people just trying to be funny. So come back. Yeah, a really lovely walk today. And so yeah, I've got to work out a hike for tomorrow. I sort of think what I want to do. I don't know what the weather's going to be right like, because obviously I was expecting rain today and it didn't rain, so it might not rain tomorrow either. But yeah, I want to do is kind of get up to the Gower coastline a bit, so which is kind of the other side of Mumbles. I'm sort of thinking how I'll get up there. Oh, I don't know. We'll sort it out anyway. I'll have a look in a minute and just see what I want to do tomorrow. So, anyway, yeah, as I say, yeah, yesterday obviously was Christmas Day. I had a very low-key thing. In the afternoon, I had a Zoom meeting with the family. It's like my two sisters and my brother and their families, and it was it was quite surreal actually. It was the thing, we never obviously used to do in the past, because we would I guess I'd probably see one of them or whatever over Christmas, and obviously Mum was there, and whatever, and so and it's kind of been kind of a post pandemic, well, yeah, COVID thing, isn't it? Lockdown thing, just keeping people in touch. And it's because I honestly have not used Zoom in about 9 months, and it's just like, oh my god, I think I need a password or something. I couldn't even remember how to get in the end I got sent the link, and it's like, okay, I need to make myself be heard, so I turned that on, and then it's like trying to get my picture up, and it's just like, for whatever reason I couldn't get both up at the same time, and eventually obviously I did. So that was all right. It was some sort of, oh god, it was so surreal. Anyway, it's just like, all of them were, it was like cooking dinner, and this is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're at various stages of cooking their dinners, and it's like the younger two nephews showing the older two nephews what they got for Christmas, and I was just like watching in bemusement, and it's just like, god, I feel like I'm kind of there, like, so yeah, Zoom's a good thing, and all the things, although similar sort of things, I've used, actually, yeah, I use Teams at work. It's like my line manager keeps phoning me up on. It's great actually. She's so lovely, and she actually reminds me so much of one of my old funeral directors. Completely just says what she thinks in an nice person, but she kind of says what she thinks whenever. They even look identical, and so that yeah, it was, the first time I the first time I met her, it was on my first day, it was via Teams. I was with someone else, another colleague, and then my line manager kind of phoned me up, and this colleague Liz kind of said, just like, what do you think of her? And I thought, oh, she's great, isn't she? She reminds me so much of an old, like, a funeral director I used to work with. She even look identical. But anyway, oh yeah, Teams, and I use, oh god, what's the first one we used? But it would only allow kind of about 10 people on or something. I can't remember what it was called. Something, yeah, so obviously very, very similar, but called something different. Yeah, I don't know. But so I've used 3 of them, but I hadn't used them because we used to do like last year and this year actually. It's like virtual walks. Like someone used to put up just hikes and walks, And obviously, yeah, it's kind of a social thing as well. And someone else put on quizzes. I think it was the quiz was quite kind of the last one, but it kind of say, lockdown was lifting in the spring. There was no need for these, a lot of these virtual things. So yeah, that must have been, yeah, it must have been kind of springtime. And I Yes, I had a mental block. It's like, I've used this all the time. I used to use this all the time. I just can't remember. I mean, obviously, it might have even changed a little bit. These things do, don't they? Actually, I remember one thing that changed with Zoom. After I hadn't used it for a while, then I used it again. Um, Kind of like last winter, springtime, whatever. And it was just suddenly the corners of people's screens. I can't remember which way it went actually. I don't think yesterday whether they were rounded or not. But the outsides of the people's images and whatever. That it's like I use my phone. It's like you can fit four on a page, and it's the edges either became square or they got rounded. Yeah, I can't remember what they were doing yesterday anyway. But so at the moment, no music going on. Can't find any music channels. There's been a lot of 80s nostalgia going on. It's been great. So hopefully something, the rest of my stay here, I'll be able to get some more of that. Lots of kind of charts. Like we had the party charts yesterday, and it's all kind of Agadoo and stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not my. I've never been. Believe it or not. Please believe me. I've never been Black Lace's biggest fan, but the nostalgia thing, just a bit of fun, isn't it? What was I saying? It's the thing. I've just been kind of saying to someone literally just now. I keep interrupting myself because my brain, the way my brain works, I just what's going on up there? It's just like all over the place, and my mouth can't keep up sometimes. So what was I talking about? Zoom and quizzes and TV. Yeah, I'm watching this thing at the moment. Kind of, yeah, it's about haunted hotel rooms. So yeah. So I don't think this. All the hotels and guest houses and places I've stayed in. Maybe I'm just not sensitive to these things. I don't know, but I've never experienced any kind of paranormal activity that I know of. But this is kind of set in Amersham. I do know Amersham actually. I've hiked from there when I was still living in London. I did hike from there. Some lovely hikes there. It's kind of South Chilterns. But oh god, I've lost my train of thought again. This is what was I saying? Amersham hotel rooms. Yeah. I mean, I've not seen. I don't think any go. Yeah, but I did see some sort of experience when I've worked as a funeral arranger. When I was still doing my training in Dartford. Gosh, it's over 10 years ago now. I just remember my trainer, my training buddy Debbie, saying to me, and my funeral director, it's about some chapel doors that kept flying open, and I just remember I was having a conversation with the funeral director, and there was this like bang, and he just casually said, "Oh, that would just be the chapel doors," and he just went out, just shut the doors, or sounded like he shut the doors, and that's me sort of like, wow, okay, came back, just resumed the conversation as if it never happened. And the funeral arranger who was training me, she was saying it's like she came in one day and there were it's like some chairs have moved or something. Some chairs have been lifted up on the table. This is like the same funeral home. And when I got my first funeral home, also in Dartford, I do remember the chapel because it had a major refurb. Before it had the refurb, I just remember once walking into the chapel of rest. There was no one in, there was no body in there or anything. I walked in there and it's like really, that's right, yeah, because the old files, the archives were kind of kept in a cupboard or behind a curtain or something in there. I was looking for like an old funeral arrangement, and it's like really a smell of rotten fruit. I mean, that sounds really awful, but it wasn't like unpleasant. It was just really kind of like, whoa, it's quite overpowering. But it smelled kind of almost like decomposing rotten fruit or veg or something. I thought, oh, okay. I came out again, went back in. We're talking like less than 5 minutes later, completely gone. So, you know, who knows? Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's just difficult to know, whether it's your imagination or whatever. But anyway, I'm really just going off on a tangent tonight, aren't I? But yeah, anyway, so I do need to work out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Yeah, I do. Obviously, I want to do some walking tomorrow if I can on the Gower. Just see what the best route would be. Whether I need to get a bus anywhere or yeah, I'd rather walk to be honest, but it might. Yeah, I don't really want to be walking up to Mumbles again because I did that today. So if I can kind of go a different route, I will do. Or I think I need to do that. It's now 10 o'clock. This is now about 6. Oh my god, I have been doing this for 17 minutes. I think that's enough. I didn't need to cut that other one in two. I don't know what happened to the previous one I did, like it was like 8.5 minutes or something. I might have to chop this one in half if if the file's too big. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and I've got my decaf coffee ready. And once I've sorted this out, I think I'm going to have an early night, go to bed.